Hey guys, and welcome back to more episode Let's Play Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. So at the point of this recording, the box art for the Great Ace Attorney game that's coming out in Japan, which I'm pretty sure might be coming out pretty soon from this recording, I noticed the box art looks almost exactly like the Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney box art, which was kind of throwing me off because I thought it was some fan-made thing just to make it based off of something, but then I looked at it again and I'm like, oh, this is the real deal. It's kind of strange not actually seeing, like, little cutouts of the characters, the key characters in the front of the box art. But I think it's kind of cool. I think Takumi probably likes this game in particular. Honestly, a lot of stuff I saw for the Great Ace Attorney, I think he pulled a lot from doing this particular project, this Versus game. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that it was something kind of different, and I don't know, I just felt like mentioning it just because there's just this slight reference of, like, going back to this particular game and just the box art itself. Like, it's, you just look at them next to each other, they look exactly the same. But, anyway, I do not know if this has me having to start all over again with Kira's state testimonies, because, you know, when saving during the court cases, it tends to be a little wonky there. But I'm going to assume that, yes, it did save, because it did save the last time, on point, so I'm going to press, let me read the statements again, it's been a while. Okay, I think I need to press here. So let's try that. Hold it right there, Miss Kira. You snuck right past the vigilantes. Yes, that's right. My orders at that time. This girl is a witch. Therefore, something as simple as vanishing from sight is child's play. Isn't that right, witness? Yes, that is correct. Aha! I remember now! Just a few days ago, this girl used that very vanishing spell, Demir, if memory serves. Oh my god, poor Kira. What the heck is Dark Cloud doing, though? Well, what are you gawking at, witness? Continue with your testimony. Oh, she'd love to if you didn't interrupt her. What was that just now? I could have sworn I just saw Kira's face turn even paler than normal. Wait a second, there's something not right about this testimony. It's just a hunch, but what should I do? You keep pressing! Miss Kira, I have one simple question for you. You stated earlier in your testimony that you snuck past the vigilantes guard in the bell tower and went right inside. Tell me, what did you use the spell Demir to get by them? Excuse me. That must certainly be the case. Had she not, she would surely have been spotted. Objection! But, remember what she let slip just a moment or two ago? She denied being a witch, and stated she cannot use magic. Oh! Therefore, if that's true, then you, Miss Kira, would not have been able to use Demir at all. Objection! What a ridiculous argument. How else would this girl have been able to walk right into the bell tower unnoticed by the guards? Explain that. Objection! I have a better idea. How about we have the witness herself explain it to you? What do you say, Miss Kira? I am not a witch. And I cannot use magic. So then, exactly how were you able to ascend the bell tower without being noticed? Witness, amend your testimony this instant. Okay. What's going on? There's gotta be another way she got into the bell tower unseen, but other than magic, I have no idea what that could be. Well, let's see what her testimony is. I was wearing the robe of invisibility, so no one was able to see me there. Harry Potter? No. Well, okay. A robe. Well, we did happen to find a robe at the very top of the tower, so clearly this must be it. Objection! There was, in fact, a robe dropped and left at the crime scene tonight. A robe? Miss Kira, that robe invisibility that you mentioned earlier wouldn't happen to be this one right here, would it?
Objection!
How ludicrous. You are trying to tell the court that is the court. It's the court. You're trying to tell the court that is the robe of invisibility. If it's really a robe of invisibility, then how is it? Then how? I'm reading too fast, sorry. If it's really a robe of invisibility, then how is it we can see it right now? Dirty white spots and all. Ah! Good point. Well, she's kind of got a point there. Oh, hey, what if the robe actually disappears when you wear it? Give it here, Nick. Watch and wonder as Maya the Magnificent disappears before your very eyes. Except you don't. So, are you amazed yet? Yeah, I'm amazed at how totally ridiculous you look in it. Hey, what gives? This thing must be busted or something. I didn't disappear at all. Well, that's not it. No. Tonight, at the bell tower, I was wearing that robe. What did you say? Order! I said order! But how is that possible? The robe did not disappear at all just now. That's because of the white powder on it. It's usually not that dirty. Oh, you mean these spots here? Please don't tell me. Oh yeah, Patty totally unloaded an entire bag of flour on those nights, remember? Not to mention it was still raining when we were up there. The flour must have gotten nice and wet, so it stained that robe. Say, what if we try washing the flour off? Ah! There is a small water fountain at the edge of the square. Head there right now and wash the robe so that we can get to the bottom of this quickly now. Oops, I read too fast again. I'm sorry. I'm running all over the sentences today. Ugh. Alright, this shouldn't be too hard. Take notes, Nick. This is how you do the laundry. See? All you have to do is throw the robe into the water like so. Wait, what? So, do you see anything, Maya? That's just it. I don't see a thing. It's disappeared. What? I frantically took a close look at the water in the fountain, but the robe had actually vanished without a trace, right there inside the fountain. Magic. Defender? What is the meaning of this? How could you have lost such a vital piece of evidence? Your Honor, it wasn't on purpose. Trust me, I wish I knew how it happened. I can't believe it. The robe actually disappeared from sight. I don't quite know what you're talking about. I can still see the robe just fine. Huh? Look, it's right here, see? No, Miss Kara, I really don't see, because there's nothing to see. So, is that how it works? Putting the robe on makes you disappear completely from sight. But from the looks of it, only Kira is able to actually see the robe itself. It is not just me. It's all inhabitants of the Eldritch Woods. All of us can see the robe. The Eldritch Woods. Our village lies deep within the recesses of the forest, in a world much different from this one. That's where I live. As long as we obey the law of the land, we are allowed to live there. I knew it. There's definitely something different about Kira compared to the rest of the townspeople here. For the time being, seeing as only the witness can see the robe, we will cover it in flour again for the sake of visibility. But there's still one tiny thing bothering me. Miss Kira, your robe was found on the middle floor of the bell tower, the same floor where we found my client. However, you were hiding on the uppermost level of the bell tower. You testified a little while ago that you dropped your robe, but I have to wonder, what exactly were you doing there at the top floor? On the top floor. It would seem there's still much we must ask this witness. What say you, High Inquisitor Darklaw?
'Tis the Inquisition's duty to follow my lord's decision on such matters. I have no objections.
Very well. Witness, you are hereby ordered to continue with your testimony. Tell us what happened between your sneaking up to the top floor of the bell tower and tonight's most terrible crime.
Yes, okay.
You're taking this rather well, Kira. What happened on the top floor?
I was waiting on the middle floor of the tower. I started to turn around, but I was too late. They attacked me from behind. There was nothing I could do. My arm was restrained and the attacker covered my mouth. As I struggled to get away, I think I managed to pull something off of my attacker. That's when I lost consciousness. I woke up to find myself next to the bell on the top floor of the tower.
Witness, are you saying someone attacked you while you were in the bell tower?
Yes, that is correct.
But who?
I don't know. They attacked me from behind, so I couldn't see who it was.
So you were unconscious the entire time after that?
That's why I was unable to complete my mission. But even if I hadn't been unconscious, I couldn't have done anything trapped high up in the belfry like that.
I wonder if that weird contraption we found there was used to move Kira up to the belfry. At least, I can't see any other way she could have got up there.
You have heard the witness. She was locked up in the belfry of the tower. In other words, she couldn't have had anything to do with tonight's events. Therefore, there is no need for this utterly useless interrogation.
Objection!
Not so fast. The witness also testified that someone attacked her tonight. Defender, are you implying that this attacker could have been Bazilla? No, I cannot say for certain, Your Honor. Sure? Regardless, the defense requests we be allowed to cross-examine this witness. You know, I'm going to guess that she pulled something. I'm assuming it might have been the pendant, considering it was torn off. Request granted. Now then, defender, you may begin your interrogation. And here's where the fun begins. Let's see if we can coax this mysterious second witch out of hiding. Alright, so we're gonna be actually presenting the pendant when she talked about pulling something off. Alright, let's present the pendant and see if that does anything.
Objection!
Miss Kira, you stated that you felt yourself snap something off of your attacker. Would that thing by any chance be this right here?
Oh. That's it. I recognize that shape. That was the object I grabbed.
What did you say? But that's the accused pendant, is it not? Not quite, Your Honor. There are actually two pendants like this. This one you see here is the counterpart of Miss Cantabella's pendant.
Now that you mentioned it, I remember the necklace was actually very tough. It really didn't rip right off so easily. So, I struggled against it, tugging and pulling at it for a bit, and I must have scratched their neck in the process.
Wait a second, you mean you scratched your attacker's neck?
I think so, but I don't know for sure. Nick, in that case, that means that dark stuff on the necklace could be...
Yeah, it could be the attacker's blood. Too bad we can't look at the blood DNA. As the court can clearly see, there are still traces of blood left on the necklace itself. However, take one good look at my client and you'll notice there are no visible scars or cuts of any kind around her neck. Ergo, there's no way Miss Cantabella could be Miss Kira's attacker.
Objection!
That's great.
Nice try, Defender, but I must stop you right there.
Huh?
Have you already forgotten what I told you? The Great Witch can use any spell in existence. She could have easily healed any such wound in the blink of an eye.
Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I already miss Inquisitor Barnum. Where is Barnum this entire time? I mean, the great big thing is gonna happen soon. I would like to think Barnum would come back. Man, we really can't catch a break on this one, huh, Nick? Let us resume the interrogation. Witness, continue with your testimony. I think I have to present the pendant one more time. But I'm trying to remember what testimony I have to do it again. Pull something off the attacker. Alright, let's try here. Presenting the pendant again. Because if her armor's restrained, and now she said that she pulled something off, then I'm just like, how did she pull it off?
Objection!
Miss Kira, there's something a little strange about your testimony just now, wouldn't you say?
Huh?
You stated that you were attacked from behind and that the attacker grabbed you by the wrist, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Assuming that was in fact the case, then I say no matter how much you struggled, there's no way you would have been able to yank off this pendant, don't you think? The strap on this pendant is too short. There's no way you could have reached behind you and managed to pull it off. That is a good point. Miss Kira, the only way you would have been able to yank this pendant off of your attacker is if they were standing directly in front of you.
No!
Order! Order, I say! Witness, is this true?
Objection!
The witness was the victim of a physical attack. It's only natural she'd be a bit confused on some of the details.
Objection!
A likely story. High Inquisitor, I wouldn't exactly call mistaking the location of your attacker being a bit confused. I'd call it more of a barefaced lie. Where's my Magatama when you need it?
Well now, Defender, I see you are as pathetically short-sighted as ever. Your argument is only valid assuming that this girl here actually saw her attacker. If she was not able to see this person, well, I say it'd make no difference where they were standing.
Then that means the attacker was also wearing one of these robes?
That is impossible, my lord. As the witness already stated earlier, only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see these robes. In short, the attacker must have been a witch and must have disappeared from sight with the use of magic.
You must mean the Great Witch Bezella.
There is one more thing proving the attacker to be a witch.
And just what might that be?
The witness has stated that she lost consciousness. If you take a look in the Grand Grimoire, you will notice a spell called Feigntful. Witness, allow me to ask you, did you hear the incantation of this spell? Now that you mentioned it, I do remember hearing something like that.
Say what? Rubble! Aha, here it is. Feigntful causes those who hear the incantation to lose all consciousness.
We must not forget, the Great Witch can use any and all magic at will.
Witness, amend your testimony to reflect this important piece of information.
Yes, right away.
Oh boy, I can't believe she managed to get out of that one. But still, I'm not about to give up just yet. God, it's making it more and more obvious Darklaw is probably the other person that was in the damn tower. Anyway, I'll keep on going until we finally get to the bottom of who this attacker really is. Now then, let us continue with the interrogation. Okay, I heard the incantation for Fanful before I could even turn around. Well, let's present Fanful. Okay, instant sleep spell. That's pretty damn instantaneous, so let's present
Objection!
Miss Kira, I have watched you at that witness stand this entire trial, desperately trying to keep something hidden from the rest of the court. I wonder if you're familiar with the saying, a lie begets more lies. It means multiple lies are bound to unravel and leave your story with more holes than Swiss cheese. Ah, my computer just went dark.
Get to the point, Defender.
According to the Grand Grimoire, Fanful causes a person to lose all consciousness. It's written here in black and white. Its effect takes hold the second the incantation is heard. Miss Kira, you testified as follows. You heard the incantation for Fanful and immediately became aware of the presence of your attacker. You then put up a fight. But if you really did hear that incantation, there's no way you would have been able to yank that pendant from your assailant. There you go. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? The meaning is that Miss Kira didn't actually hear the incantation like she claimed she did. But then, why? Why on earth was this girl unconscious? Kira was definitely knocked out by whoever attacked her, and when she woke up, she found herself on the top floor of the bell tower. It's possible Miss Kira was rendered unconscious by something other than magic. I think you guys can already guess who it is, considering there is an earlier video, there was an obvious hint that something was up with Darklaw, especially when she touched her neck when we were talking about the pendant. Anyway, the answer here is obvious. Something other than magic must have knocked her out.
Objection!
And what, may I ask, makes you so certain of that? Is it not possible that another spell could have been used?
Objection!
That's just not possible. You, of all people, should know that.
What?
Miss Kira claimed that she heard someone say the incantation is completely false. Even so, that wouldn't be too much of a problem if she actually had heard an incantation. That's right. However, going by her testimony, that can't have been the case. The only spell capable of making someone lose consciousness is Fanful. Isn't that right, High Inquisitor Darklaw? Defender, are you claiming there is another way, besides magic, that could have been used to render Miss Kira unconscious? Well, she might have bumped her on the head. There's only one other thing that crossed my mind. I'm speaking, of course, about sleeping medicine. Sleeping medicine? If you remember, Miss Kira stated that the attacker covered her mouth before she could scream. In doing that, the attacker was able to administer a potent sleep medicine, thus putting Miss Kira out like a light. Indeed, that does make sense. Therefore, Your Honor, the attacker did not necessarily have to be Bezella. I mean, why would an all-powerful being, capable of commanding any and all magic, need to resort to drugging someone?
Objection!
Hold it right there, Defender. They managed to sneak past the guards and make their way up into the bell tower. Clearly, they must have used magic to appear invisible.
Objection!
But we just presented the cloak. You don't need magic to make yourself disappear, High Inquisitor. Throw this on, and getting past those guards at the tower is a piece of cake. The robe of invisibility. But despite all that, there's still one glaring problem. Miss Kira.
Yes?
You admitted to the court earlier that you were attacked from the front, correct? If that's the case, then there's only one possible conclusion we can draw. You, Miss Kira, were entirely capable of seeing your attacker's face.
Why is that? I didn't...
It's simple. You even said it yourself. Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see this robe. That means, Miss Kira, there is a piece of this puzzle only you could possibly know. Only you can tell us the identity of the person who entered the bell tower and attacked you tonight. Come on, Kira, you can do it.
I can't tell you. No matter what happens, I just can't tell you, no matter what.
You see, everyone? This witness has been covering up for someone from the very start of this trial. What? But luckily for us, we won't be needing any more of Miss Kira's testimony. Because the answer is staring us right in the face. I'm speaking, of course, about the true identity of Miss Kira's attacker. All the clues so far point to this one person. Defender, I take it you are prepared to prove such a serious accusation. I am. Alright, it looks like it all comes down to this. Now we'll finally see who's been pulling the strings this whole time. Very well, Defender. Tell the court. Who was the one responsible for attacking the witness and locking her up on the top floor of the bell tower? Darklaw herself.
Take that!
The answer is obvious, Your Honor. It was you! High Inquisitor Darklaw! What? Rebel! Order in the court! Inconceivable! There's no way! I must say, Defender, your courage is impressive, however reckless you may be. Accusing a High Inquisitor is no small feat, I assure you. However, with serious accusations comes serious consequences. A great responsibility. One small misstep, and I will personally see that you never set foot in this courtroom ever again. Mark my words, Defender. I understand. My, how confident. Let us see if that confidence of yours is well justified. Miss Kira's attacker drugged her with sleep medicine. It likely took no more than a few seconds for her to lose consciousness. The medicine must have been very potent. True. After all, its effects appear somewhat similar to magic. There's only one person I can think of in all of Labyrinthia who could supply you with that kind of medicine. Sir Newton Belduke.
Objection!
Defender, you are aware that Sir Belduke has been deceased for over 3 months now, are you not? That's a fact I'm well aware of, believe me. While he was still alive, Sir Belduke provided the citizens of this town with a variety of medicines for whatever ailed them. But it wasn't all just medicine. He also created some very dangerous concoctions. That's why, after he passed away, all of his medicines and creations were confiscated. Oh, there we go. Confiscated. Inquisitor Barnum said as much in the last witch trial. The victim was an alchemist after all. We were hoping the items confiscated from his study could provide some clues. Besides, such things must not fall into the wrong hands. It may not be standard practice, but it was deemed necessary. The confiscated goods are stored in our secret vaults. The only person with access to them is the High Inquisitor Lady Darklaw. Look at that, Barnum's helping us from afar. Oh.
Objection!
So, because I have access to the medicine, I must be the one that used it. Is that what you're getting at, Defender? That's right. Unfortunately for you, I would hardly call that proof. You said it yourself. Sir Belduke concocted a plethora of dangerous medicines in his efforts to assist the people of the town. He was well known for this fact that he no doubt was none too pleased with. As such, it is highly likely that those same dangerous substances are still scattered throughout the town.
And therefore, Defender, it is entirely possible that the culprit was able to get their hands on such dangerous medicine.
Indeed. Long as Sir Belduke's medicine played an active part in maintaining the health of this town's citizens, there is plenty of reason to believe some of his more dangerous medicines still remain within Labyrinthia.
A piece of advice, Defender. The next time you speak in court, I recommend you try procuring some real evidence before spouting such idiotic accusations. If you fail to do so, your next words will be uttered to the flames.
Figures. I knew she wouldn't take that argument sitting down. It is kind of weak, though. Both High Inquisitor Darklaw and Inquisitor Bottom are the very harbingers of justice within Labyrinthia. Raising such an accusation against either one of them without valid reasons will result in the most severe of punishments.
What do you mean? What does he mean by the most severe of punishments?
I think the judge is saying that if I don't start making a case, we're going to be paying Sir Belduke a visit real soon. I need to present some decisive evidence and fast. I'm pretty sure I should be able to do that much. High Inquisitor Darklaw is the attacker, and the one thing that proves it is Darklaw herself. I'm going a little over because I did talk a lot at the beginning, so I'm just getting a little bit more in. The defense believes there is one clue here linking High Inquisitor Darklaw to the crime. High Inquisitor, that clue is actually still on you right now.
On me?
I must admit, I do not know where you are going with this, Defender, but please point out this clue to the court. Show us this clue supposedly still on the High Inquisitor's persons. I love how the magnifying glass lands on her freaking boobs. Okay, let's go with her next.
Got it.
The High Inquisitor's neck? You don't mean... Miss Kira yanked this pendant off of her attacker's neck. Take a look at the necklace. It still has a bit of blood left on it. According to her earlier testimony, when Miss Kira pulled at the necklace, she supposedly felt herself scratch the attacker's neck. Is that correct, Miss Kira?
Yes.
Therefore, the attacker should still have a mark on their neck from having been scratched. Oh. Would you mind letting the court take a look at your neck, High Inquisitor Darklaw? I'm pretty sure that underneath that high collar, we'll find exactly the mark we're looking for. I'm going to stop here. I know the chapter is about to end, but I'm going to stop here in case I get to that point where I can't save again. So, we shall continue and we look at her Darklaw's pretty neck in the next video. Bye-bye!